Xbox Gamepass, one of the most debated, most controversial, most talked about gaming service that is out right now. In this video, I'm going to talk about why Xbox Game Pass is a failing business model for Xbox and why Microsoft might be killing off the Xbox brand in the next coming years. But before that, please like and subscribe to my channel. Uh, as you can see, over 90% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. I'm trying to grow this channel. It takes a lot of time to do research on these videos, and it really does mean a lot if you guys comment, and subscribe to my channel. But enough of that. Let's talk about Xbox Game Pass. Despite the fan reception of the Xbox Showcase from Summer Game Fest, Xbox has had a rough couple of weeks, closing 10 studios in total, but most noticeably closing Tango Gameworks, probably one of Xbox's most talented game studios. Tango started off making horror games like Evil Within to making cartoony action adventure games like Hi-Fi Rush. With a studio that talented, you would think you would want to keep cultivating that talent. But nope, Xbox/Microsoft decided to kill it. And immediately after taking Tango Works behind the woodshed, they even said they need more games like Hi-Fi Rush. You can't make this stuff up. Then what makes it even worse is that Xbox bragged about how Hi-Fi Rush had over 3 million players. And this was from Game Pass. So that begs the question, is being successful on Game Pass actually makes money for the gaming studios and Xbox? Or is Xbox burning money trying to keep a failing business model that is cannibalizing gaming studios that Microsoft spent $100 billion to acquire? Xbox Game Pass is a wonderful gaming service for the consumer. I just want you guys to understand that I am not hating on Xbox Game Pass when it comes to the consumer side. It actually is a very good service, but it is destructive for the Xbox brand and the gaming industry. Game Pass itself isn't the problem. The problem is Xbox is going all in on Game Pass as their primary source of income. Putting AAA games on Game Pass day one is a foolish thing to do as a gaming company. On average, a AAA game costs $200 to $600 million to make. Just to recoup that amount of money spent on one AAA game, it will take on average 20 million Game Pass subscribers a year. And that is just one game. That isn't including the other AAA game, AA game, and indie games that are on Game Pass. And I also want to reiterate this, because I see there's a lot of people that love to talk about, well, look at Netflix doing well, look at all this. But we also have to say, look at all the other streaming networks. Disney Plus is failing. Max is failing. HBO literally got bought by Discovery. They were failing. Paramount is failing. Netflix is only doing well because of one reason. To actually get true Netflix, it's expensive. True Netflix costs $22 a month to get Netflix that is 4K, HDR with no ads. It costs $22 a month. That is more than Game Pass, which, by the way, has went up in price. So you can't say it's as cheap as it was. So it has went up in price. So Netflix is actually making, it makes sense they're making money because they increased their price. If you get the worst tier, which is around $7, that tier is dog shit. If you try to put the worst tier of Netflix on your TV, you can barely understand what you're watching. It is just awful, absolutely awful to watch. Also, I need to talk about the game that Microsoft seemingly, I guess, want people to not think exist, which is Hellblade 2, the new Hellblade. I played the original Hellblade. I played it on PlayStation and I own it on Steam. Loved the game. I didn't even know the game was out because Microsoft, for some reason, is acting like the game just doesn't exist. They don't even want people to know that the game exists, which is strange to me. And this was a game that I remember when it was first talked about. People were saying it was supposed to be this big game that was going to increase the subscribers on Game Pass. I don't see it. It actually turns out there was a rumor that Xbox might not even have came out with a upcoming next gen console. There was legit rumors that Microsoft was debating on coming out with a new console. Then eventually they decided at the last minute that they are going to come out with a console, but they were debating if they should use Intel or AMD. Sony already has been working on the PlayStation 6 for about a year now. Microsoft just started working on the new Xbox. So there is a chance that the new Xbox is either one or two things going to happen to it. It either comes out after the PS6 or it is going to be come out around the same time as the PS6 but weaker because they didn't have enough time to truly, validate, test, and do a lot of things because they're going to be rushing to make the console. So we'll see. But there was a time that Microsoft was really debating. But here's also the thing. Microsoft did not sign off on a gen after that. Sony already has contracts with AMD all the way up to like the PlayStation 10. So we'll see. I believe that there might be a console after the next gen Xbox console, but this is strange and we can't pretend like all of a sudden this isn't happening. There might literally be that Microsoft might kill off the Xbox brand and just turn it into straight up Microsoft gaming that they're going to try to put on every single console and just go complete third party. And if that is true, I absolutely hate that for the gaming industry because you bought up so many companies, so many studios, and you closed them, and you just closed them just to end up selling your games third party anyway. According to Phil Spencer, Game Pass is making a profit. But then, to go back to what I was saying, why is Xbox consider increasing the price of Game Pass again? Wouldn't they be more focused on gaining more subscriptions than trying to squeeze more dollars out of its current subscriber base that are suffering from an economy that seems endless with increased food prices and rent prices? You would think that someone who calls themselves they call themselves the thing for gamers, they wouldn't be worrying about increasing the price. They'll be thinking about getting more subscribers. Or maybe it's because Microsoft has finally hit the ceiling of where they believe Game Pass will grow. Recently, Microsoft has confirmed that they'll be releasing some of their first-party games onto PlayStation, including the highly anticipated Doom: The Dark Ages. If Game Pass was truly as profitable and successful as Phil Spencer says, they wouldn't be releasing their first-party titles on their competitor's console. Not just any competitor, PlayStation. You will never see a first-party game from Nintendo or PlayStation on the opposite consoles, except MLB The Show. And the only reason why MLB The Show is on Xbox is because the MLB forced Sony to put it on Xbox. And then it immediately sold horribly on Xbox. Just saying. Rumor has it that the higher-ups of Microsoft forced Phil Spencer to turn these games multi-platform because they need to make money. You don't spend $100 billion on studio acquisitions to not make money. At the end of the day, Xbox is a brand that is owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft is best at selling software. And I'm starting to feel like Xbox is no longer Xbox, but it's just Microsoft Gaming. But what do I know? I'm just a guy who makes videos on the internet. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It took a lot of time and research to do. I hope I hope to make more videos like this in the future. You know, may do a video like on PlayStation. You know why PlayStation is not as successful as they are last generation. So you'll have to subscribe to this channel if you want to see that. Please like this video. Like I said before, it really does help, and I read all the comments. If you want to come down and comment against me and talk about how Game Pass is a successful business, I would love to debate with you. So until then, Keeney Hoon out.